I'm Scovia Mpumza, Program Director for Rwanda and a member of Women Caucus from Rwanda. It is at the end of the GEF Assembly, and a certain percentage from the GBFF will be allocated to women and indigenous people. That is good. And in many discussions and many talks and many platforms, gender has been among all those discussions. But what is the point and my expectations now? How will the accessibility topic or part will be touched? How are these grassroots women, the local people, the indigenous women access these funds? Because as we all know, they come with conditions, they come with formalities. So I hope the outcome of this assembly, GEF will put a good mechanism that will make even these indigenous women, local people, women initiative groups and organizations that from the grassroots access these funds in an easy way that can help them in the implementation of the projects that they are doing in the community. Thank you.
My name is Elizabeth Nsimadala. I'm a smallholder farmer from Uganda, the Director of Women Affairs at the Pan-Africa Farmers Organization, and also the President of the Eastern Africa Farmers Federation. It's my first time at the GEF Assembly, but I'm happy with how the discussion is shaping up. I think it's one of those meetings that are inclusive. I've seen different constituencies being represented, the youth, women, indigenous peoples, the farmers, though next time we need to see more numbers of such constituencies being represented. I'm also happy with the commitments by different governments, and I want to congratulate the government of Canada for their commitment to the Biodiversity Fund of 200 million, and also the UK with 10 million pounds. But what does this mean, especially for us as women? Because one of the challenges that we faced for some time as women is access to financing. So having these funds committed is one thing, and having access of such funds by the women is a different thing. So in terms of implementation, I would love to see transparency, I would love to see justice, I would love to see fairness, but also we need to see a power balance in terms of access to financing. And of course we know that it's at country level where the rubber meets the road. That's where the actions take place. So we would want to see, sort of a guidance from GEF to our national governments to make sure that such a fund is inclusive at national level. And then also in terms of accountability, I think much as we are pushing forward our requests to GEF, but also as women, we have a commitment because we know we are stewards of nature. Of course, as farmers, we interact with the land on a daily basis. We preserve the biodiversity. So we continue to commit, in terms of sustainability of our future. But this requires resources. It requires information. We need to have this information from the boardroom to the ground where the actions are happening.
Right, so my name is Gladys Kofi from Ghana, and I stay in capital of Ghana, that is Accra. I work with Environmental Protection Agency. I'm an environmentalist. Actually, my main duty is to undertake environmental impact assessments based on the projects the government wants to initiate in the country. Then we advise the minister as to either go ahead or reject the project. And so from my overall view about GEF this year 2023, actually it's my first time of partaking. Yes, I think since I came I've learned a lot, following a lot of programs here and there with my minister. And I think I've gotten a chance to join one women gender equality group too, which has been more beneficial to me. So I think so far so good. Yeah, I've been on the course of like a good line, and then I really love it. Yeah.
My name is Maria Isabel Cárcamo. I come from Uruguay. My organization based in Uruguay. but we work with different organizations around the world, and we are member of PAN, for instance, Pesticide Action Network. That was our first organization we work with because we started working on pesticides. And also we are member of IPEN, another network, a world organization that work for a toxic-free future. Well, I've been taking part in the GEF Assembly. One of the reasons is because GEF has worked in a way with toxic chemicals, but they did not put together women. I mean, or is it the opposite round? They have worked with women, but not really the impact they have with toxic chemicals. Coming here to this assembly, we were able to put it together. We have several meetings, and not only among women, but of course with the decision makers. And it has been very good because it was decided that they are going to work more on those two issues, women related with toxic chemicals. And we think that the assembly has been very good, the results are good, and we got to know also that the fund is going to be go to biodiversity, and that's a good news because biodiversity includes everything. And we work, of course, with biodiversity when we work with toxic chemicals. Toxic chemicals impact in everything. And when I say everything, human health and environment health. So I think if we want to have a healthy planet, we have to start, or we should continue working on the issue that is being affected, it has been affected and is affecting the planet.
This is my first time here to attend the GEF Assembly, and also the process. I don't know very much about the GEF. I know the funding agencies, and including the all agencies, even all agencies, they are doing with the government through this funding. But it was my dream because they are completely working and focused on the environment and environmental issues. So that because I was interested to go into this process. So this is the first time I'm here to attend the GEF Assembly. And yeah, it's a new things here because I attended many convention. I also involved with this convention, but here is a different things because I thought before that I thought it's a COP and others, the convention, there is a restriction, but I feel here is the liberty. We can speak here openly. So this is really a new things for me. Here is our party, our government also here, many governments also here, but we can discuss, we can play our role very openly and equitably. So this is new thing for me.
Hi, my name is Galina Angarova, and I come from Siberia, the Buya peoples of Siberia. I am here in my capacity as a member of the Indigenous Peoples Advisory Group to GEF. So what are the key takeaways? One of the major takeaways from the GEF Assembly is that there is a high level of ambition, especially in regards to supporting Indigenous peoples and local communities, and that the support for our segments of society is really being promoted and supported from all parties, the Council and the GEF Secretariat, that the newly established Global Biodiversity Fund is going to dedicate 20% of funding to Indigenous peoples and or local communities. And I think it's a big achievement In our consultations among Indigenous peoples, we have discussed that it's really important to create modalities of direct access for Indigenous peoples, and that the modalities should be diverse and culturally appropriate for Indigenous peoples, and that the initiative of ICI, which was the first modality, is just the first step, right? So we need to really work in partnership with the GCEF